So is your portfolio underwater? I've got 4 little things you can do here to maybe help you kind of tackle that. On the screen, you can see Miseri.io. Step number 1 is do research, right? Even if you are buying assets and you bought them, say 6, 7, 8 months ago, or even a year ago, whatever, and you're currently underwater, do your research again. Go through everything in your portfolio and go through it. Why? Because things might have changed. Certain assets that may have been good a year ago may be terrible now. What I mean by this is maybe volume, utility, token usage, even as simple as users and obviously the team, if there's any obvious changes, right? So you need to get on board with that. Pretty simple. When I use Miseri, I find it a pretty good resource for a lot of the top assets. It's not great for some of the lower assets, but it's a good starting point, right? Reality is you want to know a lot of things. You want to know the data, the metrics, the token emissions, what it's used for in terms of the token, and you can find it all on here for free. Totally free. It's really easy to use. Information about Solana, for example, here. Token economical kind of data that you need. What's it used for? Is it a native token, right? The launch, the breakdown of investors, quite high in Solana, as we know. Supply schedule. All this kind of information that you need to know to enable you to get good prices, potentially. Which brings me on to the next point, the obvious point. Buy as far away from all-time high as possible. What do I mean by this is, make a note on a piece of paper, all your assets, what the all-time high was. $258 was Solana. When you go onto the chart and you want to go and look at Solana, for example, here, you know, you can see, well, we're quite far away from the all-time high. It actually looks like a lot of altcoin charts at the moment, as in, it looks like a potential bottom, but it also looks like it could just die and fall off a cliff. You want to buy as far away from all-time high as possible, because when you do that, you can see that there is some good risk to reward here. Now, I'm not saying that every single asset is going to go to its all-time high, but it's definitely not. Not all of them will. However, you may well find that the lower they go, you may well get some nice little traction and gains. As I said before, as far away as possible. What about if we go down to like $15? That number has massively shot up. So make sure you're aware of that. Another thing you can look at as well, and I've said this before, is staking and waiting, right? If you're buying and accumulating, it makes sense to do so. So dollar cost averaging, buy as far away from all-time high, buy with an obvious kind of goal in mind, and then look to stake it potentially. There's a lot of good assets out there that you can stake, and this is what the whole thing of having a plan is. If you're looking to buy as far away from all-time high, put your orders in. Look at levels of interest, and when they hit, stake them, put them away. If they're earning 10% on like Near Protocol, for example, if they're earning like 15, 17% on Polkadot, even Cardano for 4%, whatever, make it work for you. Let it do something while you're sitting waiting. What is the point? Otherwise, there's no real point of just sitting there. On my Patreon, what I'm doing, I'm building a portfolio. It's like a transparent portfolio. I'm putting 5 assets in it with $5,000, $1,000 in each. The same mentality here. Doing the research, buying as far away from all-time high, and looking to grow it, looking to like let it mature over time. It makes sense, and that's the most obvious way of doing it, because the one thing that I found with a lot of new people is, and it sounds a bit daft saying this, but they don't like being told to buy more. If you've bought, say, Solana on the top of these levels or all the way up here, and you liked it back then, but you're now not willing to buy because the price is not as great, you're in the wrong market. You need to get over that sort of side of it, and then you will become better. Same with Polkadot, right? Absolutely love Polkadot. Most people know that. For me, I was buying it down here. I've got another opportunity to buy it down here again, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm just going to stake it. I'm just going to earn passive income off it, earn some free units, and then we'll see where it goes. There's always mental strategies out there that you will get caught up in, but the main one is buy low and sell high, which brings me on to the last one. If you've been sitting there buying as far away from all-time high as possible, putting in your orders, just letting them activate naturally with funds that you can, you know, perfectly put into the market without any issues, guess what? You're going to wait for some profit taking, right? Take profit, because that's how you're going to get out of it, right? If you are buying at, say, $48 or whatever Polkadot, thinking it's brilliant, and you're not buying anything at all to dollar cost average that down or to bring down the average buy, you're not going to like what I'm going to tell you, because to get to $48, it'll be a hell of a stretch, and you've missed out a lot. Because if you buy here, for example, random area, more you buy down here with less money in terms of units, you're going to bring that down massively. All of a sudden, this will just start going, average prices will be just dropping. Therefore, when it does come into range of taking profit, and you are accumulating units via staking over the next year or so, or whatever time period it is, you're going to make money anyways, regardless. You're going to make new units for free. It's going to slowly bring it down as it automatically compounds. That's a perfect thing with the ability to stake on some assets, right? But take profit, because I said it before, what if Polkadot, say, goes down to $4? Random number, okay? What about if it goes up to $30 and you've got a 7x on what you put in at that bottom, but you've still got orders that you bought up here that you've never even touched? It's going to bring it down regardless. You're going to still make money regardless, unless you put like $500 million up here and then you kind of put 50p down here. You know what I mean? So you get the picture. Anyways, done. 4 simple steps. Do your research, buy far away from as all-time high as possible. If you can, stake it and wait, and then take some profit. Sounds simple, but that is investing. So there you go. If you've got this far, as always, check out Patreon, check out Learning Crypto. And yeah, I'm doing a lot of transparent stuff on there to help you build portfolios and stuff. So if you want to learn more, you know where to go.